Good morning. First, I want to say thank you for having me. Tell Reverend Carter, thank you for having me. Um, I don't plan on being up here too long. I try to talk a little bit about what I do know instead of a lot about what I don't know. You may kind of know people like that. They talk a lot about it. I don't want to be like that. I know Reverend Carter from St. Paul School of Theology, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about him since he told you a little bit about me. I've always wanted to be able to sing. I'm not a real good singer, but I'm okay. And he's helped me become a better singer. And if there's one thing I would want you to know about him is that he has a great desire and a great passion to help develop other people's gifts. It seems like he's happier for me sometimes than I am for myself. And I appreciate that. But I'm going to warn you, you're not always going to like it. He'll challenge you in ways and he'll make it difficult for you. But at the end of the day, more than not, you'll say, hey, I'm better for him developing my gifts. So I do want you to know that from someone who's known him for a while. He told you about the book that I had, and when church is over, I should be out there. I'll give it to you for free. Just if you want one, take one. I went to the University of Missouri. I played basketball there. I know Kansas won the championship, and that's okay. They play good basketball, so that's okay. But when I was in middle school, when I was in high school, I never got in the game. Coach just let me sit on the bench, and I was discouraged a lot, and I always had a dream of playing basketball on TV, on ESPN. And nothing said I would, except something in my heart kept telling me, you want to be there, you got to keep trying. I go to church, and, people would say, the desires of your heart, and he'll give those to you. And I try to stay with it, but I slacked off at times. My freshman year, I tried out. Once I got to Mizzou, I got cut. My sophomore year, I got cut. My junior year, I got injured. My senior year, I got cut. Then I found out I had to stay in school for an extra semester, and things were they were horrible. I thought they were horrible at the time. I tried out one more time, and I made the team. But I had a prayer book I always kept with me. And sometimes I would write my prayers down, and then sometimes I forget about it and just leave it sitting there. But when I look back, I found that every prayer I prayed had been answered, and that God was there even in the bad times and the good times. And I wasn't always obedient. I didn't always do the right things, but God was always there for me. So if there's anything you remember about anything I've said today, whether you get the book or not, just know that prayer changes things. That God hears your prayers, and that no matter where you're at, you can pray. Now the scripture today is Matthew 7, 13 and 14, and it says, enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate, and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. So when I read the scripture, I see that there's two options I have. I can choose the narrow road, or I can choose the wide road. And I like to, kind of relate stuff to today. So when I think of a wide road, I think of a highway. The highway, the lanes are usually wide, and traffic is heavy. There's a large amount of people who choose highways when traveling. On the highway, you can go super fast, or you can go up to maybe 80 miles per hour. But I know you see people still going around 90 and 100. People choose the highway because they want to go fast. They want to get from point A to point B as quickly as possible. And it's easy to go fast on the highway, especially when everyone around you is going fast as well. But it's those same things that make the highway so fun and appealing and fast that make it so dangerous. Most of the time, if you're on a narrow road, then the speed limit's a little bit lower. But a fast highway can be deadly if two cars collide. I mean, if you're going up to 65 miles per hour, that can lead to destruction. When traveling on a wide, fast, thrilling highway, you can gain temporary satisfaction and deadly consequences. Temporary satisfaction is a dangerous thing. I know for myself, and I'm pretty sure others know, you can be temporarily satisfied by many things, whether it's drugs, sex, crime, taking advantage of others, lying, stealing, and the list goes on. This is what's available when you choose the fast, quick dose of the highway. My guess is everyone, at some point in their life, has chosen the highway just to see how fast they could go. Or, you thought, like I thought, I'm smart enough, I'm going to go the fast route, Everyone has experienced temporary satisfaction. Everyone is driven down the overpopulated highway of destruction. But I'm not here to talk about traveling down the highway, but I have good news to tell you about it. And there's another way. God has provided a narrow road for us to travel on as well. And this narrow road leads to the narrow gate. The narrow road leads to life. It leads to Jesus Christ. This is a one-lane road that requires much from you. And the difference between narrow roads and the wide roads, like the highway, is that the narrow road requires you to be more obedient of signs. If you look around in your life when you're traveling down roads, it's easy not to pay attention to signs. But if you take your time, you'll see the signs, and they're everywhere. God always provides signs and instructions for us to follow. There's stop signs, there's yield signs, slow down signs, detour signs, construction signs, do not enter signs. And to follow these signs, you must exercise patience. The thing about a narrow road is that it can be lonely. When you travel down the highway, you kind of look over, you pass people, you might look at them, someone's going slow, you look at them. But when you're traveling down a narrow road, if you look to your left, there's nobody present. You look to your right, there's no company. A lot of times when you do the right thing, you're alone. You're distant from the crowd. There's certain places you don't go. Certain parties you can't attend. On a narrow one-lane road, the speed limit is usually lower compared to the fast highway. It usually takes longer to get from point A to point B. But remember, the narrow path leads to life. It leads to the gold medal that is Jesus Christ. But it's up to you to choose the path you will take. And you have plenty of examples of people that have chosen the wide road or the narrow road. You have people who fought with guns and violence on that wide road, and it's led to death and jail. You have people who've chosen the wide road but not valuing their education. And that can easily lead to unemployment and ignorance. Or you can look at the people who've chosen the lonely road, the narrow road of Jesus. The narrow road compared to the wide road. Sometimes I just want to jump to Jesus as quick as possible. You have guys like Barack Obama who have chosen to think, hey, I might be able to be the president even though I have a black parent. I might be able to do that. You have people like Martin Luther King who's chosen nonviolence when the world says, the biggest man is the one with the biggest muscles, the one who can fight the best. But my favorite guy who chose the narrow road is Jesus Christ. He chose love and forgiveness after being beaten, nailed to the cross, and killed for our sins. He chose the narrow road of prayer, the narrow road of patience, and the narrow road of perseverance.